my Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. I am so excited to do this reading for us. Welcome to your To Be a Soulmate read. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, president of Joining the Circle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive, Virgo Sun sign, really 4 planets in Virgo, second house, Leo rising that I am, the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Yay! I've been looking forward to doing this read for us. It just did Leo. I'm Leo rising. That one was really hot. So kind of psyched to do this reading for you. But before we get into the reading itself, thank you, my subscribers. Truly, thank you for helping me get to where I am getting on this YouTube journey. My career changed drastically 2 years ago. So finding myself doing this now, had no idea this was in the divine plan. And it is thanks to your love and support that I am growing and glowing and going strong. Hello, Dolly Llama. So if you're new to my channel and you feel like helping out, right, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I know I'm not even at 2,000 subscriptions yet, but I'm really shooting for 30 so I can do the membership thing, so I can put my I don't have to use Vimeo anymore for the extended reads. I'll be able to do them all in-house on YouTube, but we'll see how long that takes, shall we, in the meantime. This is a To Be a Soulmate reading. 11 cards on the table, a spread, looking at how we can, one, be a better mate to our own souls, all that self-love stuff, how to be a better soulmate in our current soulmate contracts that we might not even realize that we have soulmate contracts, because they're not all romantic sexual darlings. There are links in the description box that will explain that definition of soulmate, twin flame, and all that jazz. But I think the one that most people are probably watching these for or drawn to them for is so how they can be in a soulmate contract by being a soulmate, right? Which goes back to the earlier points of being a mate to your own soul. And certainly if you want to watch a video on it, the one by Matt Kahn is genius. It's in the description box. Soul Contracts, Twin Flames and Soulmates Redefined. Worth it. Worth every second of that video. So that being said, we are looking at two healing systems. The Carolyn Mace archetype will be our first card down. The Matt Kahn healing mantra deck will be the last card down. We're doing 3 oracles. We're doing the Kuan Yin oracle for the voices of the Divine Feminine, the Blue Angel oracle, which is the voice of Archangel Michael. They wrote it that way. It's just not I'm saying that. And then, of course, I always do like to throw in a Whisper of Love oracle for the voices of the higher selves, 5th dimension, and above. All 3 of those decks are all from the same company, the Blue Angel Publishing. I love these cards. Then we're going to take 3 Daughters of the Moon Tarot, past, present, future, to look at what's going on inside of you in this soulmate journey that you are becoming the soulmate. That's the internal, the yin. We will do the Mythic Tarot to clarify those. You'll see how that plays out for what's going on in the yang, in the outside. So there's a lot of divine masculine feminine balance in this reading, as it would be becoming a soulmate. And of course we will end with that healing mantra deck card. Cool. 11 cards. Let's do this. It's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs, because it's going to help you be a better soulmate. That's the idea. So your sun sign is going to get different than your rising, your Venus, or your moon, one would think, right? So I already did my Leo rising. Let's see what the Virgo sun has to say. I'm psyched for this. Let's get up in this gig. Breathe. Yeah, the more you stay in the breath, right? The more you stay here in the present moment, nice and grounded, right? We can be excited, we can feel the vibe, but we can also do this very step by step in a very clear, practical Virgo manner. Breathe. All the decks that I read are in the description box at the bottom. Give credit where credit is due, and let's do this. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, my beloved pantheons, please. 1 card in clarity from the Caroline Mace archetype card deck. I need 1 card. What is the soul power? The piece of sacred contract that the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign is alchemizing from lead to gold, can alchemize from lead to gold, from toxic to healthy, from shadow to light, mid-September to mid-October 2020, so that we may be better soulmates. In other words, what archetypes can we heal, work with, to be a soulmate. September, October 2020 or timeless. I have this one, the companion archetype. I love the companion archetype. So this is about one-on-one relationships. The companion can also be known as the sidekick, right? The partner, not always so romantic sexual. It's actually the companion is a member of the healing family of archetypes, right? So shadow and light in everything. The shadow attribute, betrayal by misusing confidences, which is a big no-no. Loss of personal identity. And sure, that happens. That's part of the codependent trap, right? Well, it's a trap we all have to go through and extricate ourselves from, like the labyrinth, right? Who am I without you? It's loss of personal identity. I'm nothing without you. Well, I'm the one that I want. Ooh, 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 honey. The companion archetype has in its light attribute, though, this is so beautiful, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. Isn't that what we want? Because that's us. That's us. We're very good companions, Virgos. We're very service-oriented, but it's not always reciprocal. And that's the thing about a soulmate contract versus a twin flame. Twin flames, you teach each other how to love and take care of yourselves. Yeah, there's a little sleight of hand going on there. Soulmate, it's symbiotic. It's satisfying. You may not serve each other exactly the same, but there's a balance there, right? It's just, it's balanced, it's soothing, it's satisfying. And regardless of the form, I have experienced the companion archetype with friends as well as lovers. As well as family members too, by the way, as well as co-workers, right? I have the companion archetype in my archetypal schemata. So let's keep going. Let's clarify. We're going to, as I said, take the Kuan Yin Oracle and the Archangel Michael Oracle, known as the Blue Angel Oracle, and see what the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine have to say about what we need to be soulmates. Let's do Kuan Yin. Breathe. Are you in? Kuan Yin? I have a very close relationship with Kuan Yin. Please, my beloved goddess bodhisattva of compassion. One card in clarity for us Virgo collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs. What do we need? What do you see for us that we need to, to be the soulmates we were destined to be the mate of our own soul, to be better in our own soulmate contracts currently running, as well as to be prepared for perhaps that happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, romantic, sexual soulmate contract that we've been working on lifetime after lifetime with certain souls, right? What do you see for us, Kuan Yin, please? Mid-September to mid-October 2020 or timeless. Call of the Dancing Crane. Whoa, whoo. I forget what noise cranes make. My mother's a nursery school teacher. I don't know that we covered cranes. The Call of the Dancing Crane, though, I know this one just came up yesterday. Couldn't tell you if it was Aries, Taurus, or Gemini that got it. But this idea of a crane moving gracefully through, like, muck, mud, right? You sort of get the vibe on that. But it is actually hearing the call of the dancing crane that is of import. Now, in this book, there's a lovely description, like thumbnail description, and then a prayer at the end with all sorts of healing practices and stuff in between. I'm just going to read you the beginning and the end. Card number 4. Call of the Dancing Crane. Please pick up the white courtesy telephone. Dancing crane moves through waters and muddy marsh with elegance and grace. The mating call and dance of the crane is full of beautiful movement and flow. So you're already getting that. Look, we are mutable earth. Of the earth signs, the Virgos are the ones that can do that graceful, mutable energy. Mutable means changeable, right? So we're the shifting sands. We're not bedrock like Taurus or mountainous like the Capricorn. Mountainous. There are times when the astral waters of our emotional life become stagnant and will benefit from the healing movement, grace, and beauty of the dancing crane. In other words, emotionally, we might be a little like womp womp. Or if not womp womp, we might be like meh. Right? Things get stagnant, particularly if you've been, around the home a lot more than usual in an average year. You know what I'm saying? Seeing the same thing every day, emotionally, we can get a little stagnant. So this is kind of like not shaking things up like in a blender, but that graceful wading through it, right? The call of the dancing crane is a reminder that sound can be healing too. So it's not just the movement of the body necessarily to break the astral glue, but that sound part of it. This is particularly so when your thoughts, beliefs, and emotional patterns do not support you in living the spiritual destiny you were born to live. And that does make sense, right? It's like things can get very stuck in our lives, very stagnant. Yeah, stagnant water can be fertile water, right? Like what grows in that. Not always great stuff, but, you know, look at terrariums, like those water terrariums you see on YouTube, right? Growing all sorts of cool stuff in there. Feeding it, you know, sweet potatoes and stuff, whatever. I don't get all of that. But, you know, this is really more about our own emotional stuckness. And as earth signs, we can do that. But because we've got the mutability of Virgo, we can move our way through this and maybe even speak, sing, tone our way through this. A prayer to the call of the dancing crane. Please breathe. Beloved Kuan Yin, Goddess calling through the dancing crane, may your sacred grace and light shine brighter than my doubt or fear. May your light help my own soul drawn near. May I surrender that which no longer serves me with unconditional love and replace it with inspiration of your divine love. Om Shanti. Got it. Right? Got it. It's not just about stirring things up. It's about gracefully moving through things. Maybe trying things differently. Maybe using the sound of the voice. Maybe in a therapeutic confession, perhaps. Get things off your chest. Get that stagnation moving. But with this card of the companion, it certainly can be feeling stuck in a one-on-one relationship or needing a companion. Needing, that's where they just said needing is when it gets into dependency. Yes, we all need each other. But to really allow yourself at least to be aware of the astral waters are getting thick like glue, getting harder to move through it. And I have to kind of be more flexible, not keep your mind open so anything can fall in, but that thing of let me just flow with this a little bit more. Let me get into the breath. Let me get into the movement. Let me get into being a little bit more expressive, even if it's expressing the emotions that are hard to feel, but in a way that can move that stuff along. Getting a lot of little Bob Fosse spirit going on there. I wouldn't mind hanging out with Bob Fosse in the spirit world, where we couldn't get into too much trouble, although with him. Anyway, let's ask Archangel Michael. This is such a good picture of him. So cute. I mean, all the archangels are gorgeous. I don't know. I keep saying it. Like, when I see him, he looks like the quarterback, right? The big man on campus, but like the really nice, kind, sweet one who will protect and defend your honor. I have a crush on an archangel. Worst things could happen. Breathe. Hello, Archangel Michael. You already knew I had a crush on you. Please, one card in clarity for the Virgo Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, mid-September, mid-October. What do we need from your Archangel Michael, celestial point of view, right? Element of fire powers of the South. What do you see for us to help us to be the better soulmate, right? To be the mate of our own soul, or to be prepared to be in the soulmate contract that we've sort of been wanting in our hearts all along. What do you see for us September, October 2020, or timeless? The Abundance Mandala. Very earthy, earthy, earthy. The Abundance Mandala, prosperity. Now, what I love about this deck, I've said it every time it comes up this way, they do it in landscape rather than portrait. Not all the cards, but a lot of them. And you can't really see this mandala too well with the lights reflecting on it. But the first thing it says in the description is, look at the mandala. So that's card number 37. The Abundance Mandala, prosperity. In this card, the golden and green energies of abundance combine with the red energy of action. Meditate upon this image. You can't really do that on a video. Meditate upon this image. You will notice it pulsating as you are drawn continuously from the red boundary through the gold and green to the diamond center. Now, there's some mantric keys in that too, in terms of mandala, right? In terms of what mandalas really are, and that's a whole other conversation I'm not having right now. So do your research. Do your research, Virgo. It's what we do best. Feel these colors vibrate and flow through your body, mind, and soul. Through this energy, you can manifest abundance in every area of your life. Abundance is your birthright. You deserve it as much as anyone else. Once you truly believe this, you will see that abundance is an inexhaustible energy. It is within and all around you. And it ends with this. The universe is listening, so why not speak to her? Love that they make it a her. The universe loves you, so why not accept her love? So there's a receptivity issue, and you know, as Virgos, we can cross our legs. The universe is inside you, so why journey so far? One breath and you are here. Abundance, mandala, prosperity. Okay. So there's a lot of wealth, and remember, it's not all about money, right? In the West, we think of prosperity and abundance purely as financial, but this can be in so many different ways. Now, I will say, put that next to the call of Dancing Crane. We can feel very stuck in our limitations emotionally. Nothing so exciting going on. But if we are the companion here, then we have the ability to at least express ourselves with somebody who can hear us. And in a soulmate contract, you help each other heal that way. And it's not so much a dependency, it's a soul contract, right? But that there's something going on here about the manifestation of abundance. Now, I've given up trying to manifest abundance. How about I surrender my will to the divine, you show me what to do, and I'll do it, and we end up where we end up, right? Because it's all part of the divine plan. But this is saying, from Archangel Michael's point of view, there is plenty to prosper. The goddess Persephone, Greek name, Persephone, one of her many names in Greek. There's also Kore, right? She's the maiden of spring, the summer lady, and queen of the underworld for half the year. Her Roman name is Proserpina. That's where we get the word prosperity from, right? So there is something green, there is something virginal, there is something rich about the earth energy in this way for us. So to play our roles, and you know, there's a wonderful healing mantra card, amplifying abundance. Abundance is my birthright and I receive it now. Definitely mentioned in that card there. So let's see if that one pops up. As I remember very clearly from that abundance is not about having more than we need or a lot of anything. It's about knowing that we will be taken care of to the extent that we let our light shine to full capacity. Work. Okay, let's get our last oracle card down of the three, the Whispers of Love Oracle, the voices from the higher selves, fifth dimensional and above. I can relate to this. I can certainly relate to all three of these cards. Let's see what the higher selves of all involved, perhaps my own, have to say about it. Breathe. Oh, that's interesting. So the divine feminine is silver, the divine masculine is gold, and the higher selves are platinum. I like that. Breathe. Clairvoyance for fun and profit. Please, the higher selves of all involved, one card in clarity for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What do we need from the higher self, fifth dimensional and above point of view, perception, perspective, I should say, for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs? What do we need to be the mates of our own soul more consciously, more deliberately, to be better soulmates in our soulmate contracts that we are already in, and to be prepared for the soulmate contract that our hearts have been waiting for our entire lives, if not longer? Please, September, October 2020 are timeless. Spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. And gee, what kind of relationship would that be? Well, could it be a companion relationship with this spiritual connection? This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. That's pretty clarifying. That's pretty clarifying to say that we are in a soulmate contract, or about to be in a soulmate contract that involves our souls incarnating with another soul again and again and again and again and again. At least one other lifetime. I get more than that, but of course it's going to play itself out differently depending on who's watching. Now we know what we're dealing with. Let's get some timeline. Yes! Daughters of the Moon, past, present, future. Voices of the goddesses. Let's do this. Breathe. I'm so up for and down for this reading right now. Please, my goddesses, I need 3 cards, past, present, future. Oh yeah, I'm in this one, or at least I'm feeling it. If I'm not, I'll still work the mantra. Please, I need a past, present, future, 1 card in clarity for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs of how we are best prepared to be a soulmate from the past. In the present, how are we doing on this being a soulmate journey, right? Mid-September, mid-October 2020 are timeless. And where are we headed in becoming a soulmate on this soulmate journey? September, October. No, leave it in my hand, please. 2020 or timeless. This is all the yin, the internal, the divine feminine. I'll take that one. Now, let's do the mythic tarot to get the divine masculine. What does that look like on the outside? Or how does that divine feminine energy express itself, the yin, through the yang, the divine masculine within us? Both can happen simultaneously, so please. Dionysus in particular, the solo god in the throne of Virgo for me, please, the ecstatic one. 3 cards, simple timeline, past, present, future for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Please clarify the external yang energy for that card of the past. For the, just 1 card, please, for the present. Please leave it in my hand, my beloved. Thank you. And for the future, where are the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs headed to be a soulmate? September, October, mid-September, mid-October 2020, or timeless. Please just leave it right in my hands. My beloved, thank you. That just means it took a while, that's all. And I have a feeling for all of us this took a while. The cards of the past. Well, on the inner, we've got new revelation, the Ace of Blades, new insight, right? This is internal, new thought, new... Ooh, this is the Oracle of Delphi, the Pythia. She who sits on the tripod, huffs some rock gas, do the research there, and brings forth prophecy as an oracle would. But in the outside, new ideas about the end of a cycle, the card of the world, the universe, the perfect balance, the perfect outcome in the past. So something ended, or at least a cycle ended and may have immediately been reborn in terms of thought, right? Simultaneous ending and beginning here, which is what the world card usually is sort of about, right? The snake swallowing its own tail. Now, I really have to do something about the lighting here, but I pop up a picture at the end anyway, so you will be able to see that. So that feels solid, that feels good, but that could be the closing of a chapter of relationship or the ending of a relationship, but from that new thought, new idea, new perception came out of it. Where are we now? Oh, we've got the Lover's card. Honey. 2 major arcana cards so far. Oh, honey. We've got the Lover's card. Now, this is a life-changing decision. The Lover's card always is, but this, I think, really does have to do with we've got the spiritual connection and the companion archetype on the table. They're in our energy field. We may not have met them yet. The major decision may not have been made yet. But get this. We've got the King of Swords, the Libra card, 7th house, partnerships. Now, this could mean, yes, a Libra person comes into our life, a King of Swords, someone who has the emotional, intellectual balance and understanding. But remember, it's ruled by Venus, Aphrodite, the goddess of love, right? So we are looking at something more poetic, more romantic, in terms of this, but something that we are going to have to, find that balance. As I said earlier, if you're a Virgo with a companion archetype, chances are you are the one giving. Twin flames are when they're not in balance. That's how we learn how to give to ourselves, because they can't give us what we need. This is about balance. So even if this is not a person, this is talking about something fair, something just. And why would they bring up this ending in the past with a new beginning? This could be a come around. This could be about something happening on the outside that balances the scales. from something that has completed but brought new thought, brought new intelligence, new ideas, maybe even new inspiration. Although that tends to be element of fire. But this feels very soothing. Soothing, symbiotic, sympathetic, satisfying, very soulmate. Very soulmate. Aren't you just wanting to see what these two cards are? And bingo was their name. Oh, Two of Cups. Two of Cups, the official romance card of every frickin' tarot reader on YouTube, at least, with the card of Leo. So on the inside, the Leo, so okay, I get it. On the inside, we'll look at these independently, but we're sort of making this decision, if we haven't yet, it's coming. And again, the balance, the weighing of that, but what we're coming to on the inside is the Leo card. That creativity, that good fortune, that pleasure. It's the sex card, the Leo, right? That laying in bed till 3 p.m. on a Sunday. Basking in the afterglow. So down with the Two of Cups. Woo woo. So far, this is the most overt romantic sexual context in these reads so far. Pretty fitting for number 6, right? 6th house Virgo. I'm loving this. Did I just plug McDonald's and not even realize? I'm loving it. I'm loving this big time. I'm so glad I'm a Virgo. I always am. All right, we are going to pop this up and we'll see how this all is in context. Let's get our last card down here. That's so amazing. I mean, we got 2 major arcana cards here. The World and the Lovers. Got it. We've got 2 court cards here. We've got Libra and Leo. And the One of Blades and the Two of Cups. There's something very well, they're all supposed to be synchronistic, they're readings. But for a timeline, this is all very interwoven. I don't think this is like one thing ended and now we're in something new. I think this is a come around. Now, there could, if the card of, judgment was there, we would have talked about a reconciliation, but it seems like there's a decision going on here that it can be made fairly. I just have no idea what it's about because it's going to play itself out differently for everybody watching. Healing mantra should help. Breathe. My Ascended Masters of Soulmate Contracts, please. No tea, no shade, no pink lemonade. We really, really need. What is the perfect healing mantra for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs? Mid-September, mid-October, how can we best become? What do we need? What is the healing mantra we need to be the mate of our own souls, to be a better soulmate in our contracts that we're already in, and to be prepared for what seems like the happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, fair, satisfying, symbiotic soulmate contract with that warmth of the Leo card and the Two of Cups ahead. Please, what is our perfect healing mantra? Befriending pain. Why did I have a feeling? Now, this is about resolving stuff, which might very well be about this card from the past. Keeping in mind the Call of the Dancing Crane, we might be stuck in some emotional stuff here. Befriending pain. When discomfort becomes a friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. No shit. This is about embracing the shadow on a little bit of a lighter level. It's about becoming more comfortable with pain. And of course I'm going to read it from the book. But when discomfort becomes a friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. Now, discomfort is different than out-and-out screeching pain, although it can be out-and-out screeching. Emotional pain, physical pain. But when we befriend it, and I'll read that in the card, in the book, we really do heal things. It makes us stronger. I've been watching these videos on YouTube, renovations, mostly of metal stuff, like old pirate swords, and they're fascinating. They're just fascinating. And the process that they go through to take this old rusted thing and make it into something with a mirror shine and beautiful and razor sharp, it's a process, right? And it feels like this is what we're going through here, that we're going through this process of refining, refurbishing. Fascinating read. Okay, befriending pain. Let me read you from the book, then we'll pop up the picture and see what else reveals itself. Befriending pain. When discomfort becomes a friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. When you befriend pain, you are allowing limitations to be released from the cells of your body. Hello, thank God, hallelujah. Because pain is often the result of rapid transformation. The result of rapid transformation is pain. It is essential to make friends with it in recognition of how quickly you are evolving. And I do feel like that has to do from that closing situation. It might have been painful, but it gave rise to new thoughts, new ways of looking at things. It might be uncomfortable and sometimes nearly unbearable, but your most profound shifts in consciousness often occur once pain is befriended as an ally of your evolution. In other words, it just comes with. I'm serious. There's one... what's the name of it? It's Awesome Renovations. Oh, this guy's got tattoo sleeves. He's so cute. He's got the, I think, Swedish accent. Go check him out. He's really, really cool. What they put that stuff through, right? The electrolysis, which is not about the removal of hair. It's about the removal of rust, but whatever, right? And the sandblasting, and he's got the laser engraver thing. It's just it must be very painful. But the end result is a thing of beauty, which feels like where we're headed. This mantra is ideal for healing the body, mind, and soul on an energetic level, which is going to what? It's the call of the dancing crane moving us through our stuff with this abundance that's coming. It's so cool. All right, so let's pop up the picture. We'll see what else shows itself. Magic clap. That wasn't a very loud magic clap. One more. Magic clap. Better. We've got the companion archetype in the shadow for our Virgos here. Betrayal and misusing confidences, loss of personal identity. And by the way, that can happen within the relationship. It's not always about telling people what the confidences are, but you tell somebody something in confidence and they use it against you, right? And the loss of personal identity, as we said before, is so common and really part of the root aspect of codependency, where we need someone to define who we are. The light attribute, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness, which is just sort of Virgo personified. So keep in mind that is a healing family archetype. So this is certainly about helping someone else heal, but us being healed as well. And with Kuan Yin talking about the call of the dancing crane here, we may very well be emotionally stuck, stagnant, if not wholly stuck. So there's something about using our voice, right? Maybe singing, maybe exercise, maybe something just sort of not stirring the pot in a negative way, but listening to the call of the inspiration to move our bodies, to move our minds, to move our emotions. Because Archangel Michael is saying there is immense prosperity and abundance coming to us, and I don't get that's all about money. A chunk of it very well may be. But this is about probably the manifestation of something physical, tangible for us that has a luxurious quality. And of course, I'm looking at that Two of Cups with the Mother of Flames. We are being prepared. So why wouldn't there be a period of stagnation, a period of clearing that stagnation so that the fertility of this new prosperity can grow as a result of a spiritual connection, a relationship that that has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. I mean, this is what soul contracts are. And looking at the timeline, yes, perhaps the pain of this world card. You know, the card of the world usually talks about a successful conclusion. But a successful conclusion doesn't mean it's not without pain. Not without pain. That's a double negative. Doesn't mean that pain isn't in there. Again, another double negative, shit. But from that comes, from the inside, an Ace of Blades. We got some insight out of the ending of this. Now, not everybody needs to see that this, or is it true that this past situation is going to repeat itself, so much as there's a balancing, a decision that we make inside of us that brings us into some sort of balance. But with the King of Swords, that does feel like an actual person that we are having to make this decision about. Is it fair? Is it just? Is it honorable? Are we dealing with a hero or a villain here, right? Are we going to replay something from the past, even if it's a totally different person? Are we going to play it the same way? Can we do this in a way that is just that we make a loving, wise, powerful, life-changing decision here? That leads us to this Mother of Flames, this Leo card. so beautiful. Chantico, baking loaves of bread in an oven, right? That fixed fire, that continued heat of fixed fire Leo. Fifth house, pleasure, good fortune, sexuality, fun, games, gambling, risks, but fun ones. And on the outside with the Two of Cups, this is a new relationship coming up, or an old relationship renewed, with that emotional attraction, bringing two people together because it's a spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. I'm going to say that's true. And it might even be that you've danced with this person before, but even if you haven't, some past relationship is going to remind you of it in some way, that there is a connective thread here. And obviously, there is still some pain. Maybe that's what this center card is, this present moment where we are in being a soulmate, is being the mate of our own souls, befriending pain. Because when discomfort becomes a friend, our most limiting beliefs are healed. So we have the opportunity here to heal only that which we can heal, being the mate to our own soul, befriending our own pain so that we can maybe be better companions in terms of soulmates, not just for all of our relationships, but for this Two of Cups relationship on the horizon. Now look, timelines, you already know this if you watch these readings on YouTube in general. Time is fluid. It absolutely is. The divine plan has this written for the Virgos, but as to when, I do not know. But it doesn't seem like we get to do that unless we make this life-changing decision to bring something into balance, or to evaluate whoever this King of Swords is in our lives. It doesn't have to be a Libra, but certainly that there is an issue of fairness and balance, and is it symbiotic, sympathetic, and soothing, right? But overall, with this spiritual connection, the companion archetype, the Libra card, the King of Swords in the center with the Two of Cups here, if we can befriend pain, then it feels like we are being prepared for our next romantic sexual soulmate contract. And you can quote me on that if you want. It can play itself out in so many different ways, but I think these two cards are really what we need to do to be a soulmate. We really need to look at the divine feminine, the emotional part. Where are we emotionally stagnant or stuck? Where are we cynical? Where are we bored? Where are we frustrated, right? Where are we lonely? Those are usual signs of emotional stagnation. And that if we can befriend those emotions, those perhaps uncomfortable and painful emotions, befriending pain, we heal ourselves in a way that only we can heal ourselves, making us better companions on the way here. It's a really, really, really cool read. So, may the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need to be a soulmate mid-September to mid-October 2020 or timeless, that we may hear the call of the dancing crane, embrace the prosperity and abundance coming to us in this spiritual connection that has connections beyond this lifetime as companions, moving from this old paradigm with the new thought into this decision, life-changing decision in fairness and balance, and moving into this Two of Cups, this emotional attraction with this Leo, creative, fun, passionate energy. As before, during, and after, and throughout, we befriend pain, finding that when discomfort becomes our friend, our most limiting beliefs are healed for our well-being, for the well-being of our soulmate contracts, our new soulmate partners, our old soulmate partners, and for the well-being of all concerned. So mote it be. And so it is. Thank you for watching, my Virgos. This is a really good reading to end the day with, so I'm going to end the day here. Going to make myself a little cup of coffee, a little something to eat, maybe take a nap. Call Maul Flanders. If you've been following my channel, you might know who Maul Flanders is, my friend. And see what happens next in this wild, wacky, quantum hallucination game called Life on Planet Earth. So glad I came in as a Virgo. Wishing you all the very best and the blessed. Please do like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and all that jazz. Comment your brains out as I wish you hail, farewell, Virgo power, and blessed, blessed be.